All right, let's start up the live stream, guys. Today we're going to be playing Hearts of Iron 4 on Elite Iron Man mode with historical AI. You guessed by the title, it's Germany. And today we're going to be completing the God Emperor's Challenge. The God Emperor is one of my followers on Discord. And what he proposed the other day was that Germany takes all cores, holds, gives back the rest of the territory, holds out as long as they can. Which, after I thought about it for a while, is quite intriguing because I've never done anything like that in this game. So we're going to stay fascist, keep people mad at us so they'll keep attacking us, and we're just gonna hold off like a fighter going into like the 12th round. We're gonna see how it goes here. All right, so let's start it up. Day by day, San Marino, Parker, good to see you guys. The God Emperor. It's a good name. Okay, let's start off with the classic Germany build here. How are you guys doing today? Has school started up again for you guys? Oops. This should be Kukler. Cool Bear, good to see you, man. We're going to be taking core territories only. Hicker Hick, good to see you, man. No amphibious landings this time. School night. Football tomorrow. All right. You guys didn't want my fantasy football draft, so I didn't show it to you. It was fun, though. It was a good one. I have Tom Brady. I went the Tom Brady route. I think I got him in round 11, 12 or something like that. I took the running back for KC, 6th or 7th in the draft. Forget what slot I was in. It's going to be an interesting year. We had to add 2 IR slots to our fantasy lineup just in case people got IR'd for COVID. So this is the first league that I've had that has IR slots in it. And I like fantasy football because it's basically like it is a strategy game, which is awesome because there's tons of people that play fantasy football in the U.S. And then all my European viewers have no idea what it is, which is fine. There's no football in Europe. Do we get this? I always miss this one. Put them over. Research. So we're going to be a little offensive and a lot defensive, so we got to think about this. Credfield, good to see you, man. We're only going to be taking core states, core territories, and holding on to them. Try to see how long we can hold out. So we will be going dispersed industry for this build. I think construction is probably good to go. It's a good one to have. And then we will be doing the Westby build. I don't know if you guys know about this one. It only takes 59 days. You can convert your Panzer Is from stockpile into Westbys fairly cheap. It's the way to go for a build like this, I think. And then we need to just simply get a lot of iron. So let's reorganize that. Putting these in order. Okay, so that's 18. And then getting the aluminum is going to really help us. Let's get some mills. And then some refineries will come later. Let me think about this. I don't need Opal Blitz. I don't need this. We're not going to be going long distances, so we're just going to stick with fighters and CAS. I guess we could build into them later. Yeah, let's stick with them. We don't have to worry about getting piercing for a while, actually. So we can grow into this because we're not going to go into Russia. Okay, let's organize our Navy. It's going to be a Raider. Donuts. Boehm. Okay, let's give these ships a home. Vihan, good to see you, man. We're going to go disperse today for sure. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. So if you go Molotov-Ribbentrop early, the Soviets will declare on Poland? Wait, the Soviets will declare on Poland? Give you half of Poland as core territory. We're going to have to look at that. Lewis, good to see you, man. Jaguar, man? Are you a fan of the Jaguars? When's the civilian factory? I build plenty of civilian factories. Look at this. Look at all these civilian factories. They just look like railroads. But they're actually civilian factories. Why? Because I get all these resources that I have to trade for civilian factories. So I count them as civilian factories. They're as good as civilian factories. Tons of civilian factories being built right now. Resources for days. We're going to have to be... What is that spirit? We're going to have to go the spirit of autarky. Because we're going to be pissing off everyone. Everyone's going to want a piece of Germany. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be like a rocky fight. And I do expect to get into heavy tanks. Okay, cancel that. Yeah, the factory bomb vulnerability. Okay, Credfield, let's work this out real quick. Okay, so I don't know what the build is here. I can rush Anschluss, which is actually not optimal because Austria has the basic focus tree. They're going to build into a lot of mills early. It's better to go Anschluss late. We've proven that. I think I did a video on it. And then we get core if we go demand Slovenia, right? That's the other thing that I don't know. Or do we get core down here in second Ljubljana award? Carve up Greece. No. Fate of Greece. Danzig, Lodz, Krakow, Plock, I believe. Do a combined Tiger Panther tank build. You should do a build where you can only build civilian factories and other stuff can only come through conquest and focuses. What's the point then, Ikarik? We can just go steal civilian factories from other countries. Slovenia is not a core. Hey, Electro, good to see you, man. So we can't do this. I thought this was going to be a core. Demand it. If they hand it over to me, though, isn't it handed over in the form of a core? Probably not, huh? Probably not, if I remember correctly. The tricky part is how do you get all these to fire properly? I mean, Sudetenland should just be given to us. So this should all become core. Like when we go Feta Czechoslovakia, that should be given to us, so that should be core. Okay, Molotov-Ribbentrop is down here. So maybe we go straight down here and then come over to Danziger War. Divide Poland between Soviet Union and Germany. Okay, let's go this first. So we'll go Rhineland, Army Innovations Treaty with USSR and Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. And we'll try to pump out as many divisions as possible. If you guys were looking at my older builds, I've changed and now I spawn all my forces in Berlin because they will receive equipment quicker for the Anschluss exploit. But we're not going to do that for this one, but still, I'm just going to pop them out over there. Okay. Only Sudan and Eastern Sudan are cores. So then should I stop? So if we get the rest of the country, it's not a core. But I could turn it into a puppet. You don't attack the Poles, stay neutral. So I have to wait till the Soviets attack? Do I get Danzig, though? Hello, Linux. Austria, Sudetenland, Slovenia, Luxembourg, Alsace-Lorraine, Danzig, Poznan. Not playing multiplayer. This is the God Emperor's challenge, and the God Emperor is a username for one of my viewers. And basically, what he said is only take cores and then hold on. I'm not going to form the Axis alliance with Italy, and we're just going to. I don't think we can do a sea line. I haven't been able to complete a sea line without bringing Italy and Vichy France into the war. We could probably get away with just allying with Italy. It's going to be a little tough to get into France without Italy, but it shouldn't be too like it shouldn't be impossible. Vihan, the God Emperor is you? Well, then please tell us. Am I missing something here in your build? Let's get this going. Prickle Man, good to see ya. Okay, so Vihan, you can get Poznan. Where's Poznan? Right here? Why am I blanking on Poznan? Or is Poznan down here? That's Slovenia. I hate the fact that there's so many platforms, people's names are different, so I like get so confused about who is who. No, I understand. Poznan is under Danzig. So can you confirm what Credfield's saying? I know that. So this, if the Soviets attack into Poland with Molotov-Ribbentrop, do we then get all those as cores? Do we get half of Poland as core? Because I would hate to go through all that for it not to be core. Get the Westby in here. And then it's going to convert from stockpile the Panzer Is, so it can only go down. And for some reason, I get this a lot, but it doesn't make much sense to me. People are telling me that you can convert laterally from Light Tank 2 to Westby. I've never had that happen. I've never been able to reproduce that, but I keep getting comments, people telling me that they can convert, yeah, just laterally within the tech focus. So in other words, if I just built out the Westby, I can only convert from a tank that's one research behind or one chassis behind me. So Panzer I only. And that's what I have on my videos. You get half of Poland, the Soviets get an event, honor the pact, the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. They hand half of Poland to you as core except Warsaw. Not all of Poland is core. Thanks, Lewis. What's my real name? It's Devin. With a D-E-V-I-N. Okay, so are we getting... Okay. You guys decide in chat which way we go. I'm going to keep playing. Are we going to let the Soviets attack into Poland? Because you know I'll attack into Poland all day. That's not an issue. It's not a problem. You guys know me, I love attacking. Dude, is Pillbox going to be on tonight? I was watching Pillbox play today. He was playing his Bulgari mod. It was pretty fun. He's been playing like every day on my Discord, and I've been able during my lunch break to watch him play. It's pretty fun. Let's go, Kluge. Devin Levin. Devin the Divine. You hate Devons? What? How many Devons can you possibly know? Hey, Homa. I know that Word used to autocorrect my name into Devil. Okay, Credfield, Vihan, you got to tell me, dude. Guys, which way are we going to go? I know you guys don't want to go Judgment Call. We know if I attack into them that I can just keep the core on Danzig. And then the country will look... We'll just get that province right there. It won't be a big deal. Let's go Army Innovations. And then, of course, free trade. I get a lot of Devonator. I get a lot of Devon. Poland first. Migrate the Germans to Brazil. Okay, so Vihan, this is your... Not your challenge, but you mentioned it, so we'll go with what Vihan says. Unless, Credfield, you know for a fact that we're going to be able to get core on all the territory. And that might be a long wait. Yeah, we got that. We can get Alsace-Lorraine and Luxembourg from the focus tree. I got that. So I'm going to be attacking into France. Insta-capitulate them using paratroopers. I mean, so if we go back on this, so what does the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact give me then? Does it give me core? I don't think it gives me core. So there's no point in getting it. It just helps out the Soviets. So, I mean, we could easily go back to Anschluss after this. The reason why I don't like the paras in this case is because we're not going to attack again, right? It could be used in a set piece situation, but I want to make this like as good of a tech build as possible. Okay, Credfield, which way? Which way are we going here? Molotov guarantees the events that give you funnies. Let's do it. I want to see what happens then. Okay, so we go Molotov, Ribbentrop, and then we just wait. So then we're going to go... Okay, we're going to go France first. All right. Don't cross the river. Stay on one side of the river. Just cancel all these guys' plans. No, of course not. So this is going to be quite interesting. Okay, if you guys are just joining, we're only going to take cores. This is the God Emperor's challenge to me. V. Han's challenge. And then we're going to hold out against the rest of the world. The Soviets should invade eventually. We're not going to do a sea lion. I don't think that it's tenable. We're not going to go into any allies with that axis. Pillbox. There we go. Thomas Mueller versus Lionel Messi. Do an alliance with USSR for the meme? It's really hard to get a girlfriend if you play HOI4. Don't tell me you play HOI4. Don't tell the girl you play HOI4. Don't tell the girl that you're dating that you play HOI4. Let her find out after she's your girlfriend. Just spring it on her. She'll figure out one day when she sees you. So you want to come around? I don't know. If we go France first, I think we got it, Credfield, without a lot of flashy stuff. I think we got it. I took you by surprise, Vihan. There's not a focus tree for getting a girlfriend. We should make one. That should be a mod. HOI4 Girlfriend Simulator. Okay, so this is going to be very interesting. Okay, treaty with the USSR. We'll get Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact right off the bat. I think I'm going to have time. Let's see here, though. But I have to go Danziger War. Hold up. So I have to go Danziger War and then just not declare war. Right? So that's not a big deal. Let's get Borman. You naval invade Calais. Rush Paris. Oh, I almost went dispersed. Or I'm sorry, concentrated. I can't even say dispersed industry. It's like a dirty word on this channel. Okay, who needs more troops? Rommel with 7. Something like that. Take away one of those. Because I think we're only going to be able to make 4 because we're going to get a mountain division from Austria. So yeah, I think we only need 7 more divisions. Okay, we should have enough manpower in the field. Yep. How much HOI4 playtime? Couple thousand hours. Well, more than a couple. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while, but probably around 4,000 or 5,000. Dustin versus ESG. I've talked to Dustin before. He's a nice guy. How many of you guys caught the weird stream that showed up earlier today? I know San Marino did. He was trolling me earlier, but I don't know why that happened. I just created the stream and it defaulted back to a previous stream and it started up. And that happened to me once before. I think it's happening to Mr. Terry as well because I see some of his vids out for like a minute or something like that. I think as soon as you like re-up the stream, it's like pulling in like a pass. It must be a glitch on YouTube. Thanks, Lewis. But did you guys? So so the whole thing with the speed run that I did like a few streams ago was actually that what I found out from it was that if you don't go construction and obviously you don't go civs, there was a lot to be had by not researching construction whatsoever. Because the construction is basically useless. You're stealing all the construction that other countries are building. And since they don't have the penalties that you do to construction, because we're on elite mode, right? So what's the penalty? Maybe there is no penalty to construction. I know there's a penalty to production, though. Production efficiency cap, negative 30%. And then there's a research. Maybe that's more of what it is. You have to conserve your research slots because of the elite difficulty. It's okay, guys. I understand if you have to go. Concentrated industry is better for small countries with less research slots. Oh, Ikarik. Gotcha. Okay, let's get the molly packed. We don't have the manpower. See if we can get the manpower in time. Treaty will be a stepping stone for the future. Machine tools, and then we're gonna go mechanical computing. There's no need to go MP because we're not going to actually be holding any non-core territory. Okay, we just made it. Just made it. Good job. Have a good night, day by day. Yeah, I'm with you, Pillbox. Oh, no problem, Vihan. You have a good night, man. Doing pretty good, Prickle Man. Yeah, alarm clocks are quite annoying. If I can get away without them, I do. When I had to get like So I took a genetic test. This is going to sound weird. I took a genetic test and it basically told me that the best time for me to wake up is around 8:30. Well, most of my life I've been waking up at around 6 a.m. and I always had to use an alarm clock if I did that. But now I actually wake up a little later, um, and it's worked out where I don't have to have an alarm clock. But if I wake up at like 6:30, I need an alarm clock. But it still doesn't feel as rested if you use that, if you have to use the alarm clock. Okay, let's get those guys going. Watch me get shut out here, guys. Okay, then we're going to sidestep with a few of these guys. I'll be fine. Okay. Okay, we're going to attack fairly quickly, so I'm not going to get Rudolf Hess. We're not going to need Heinrich Himmler at all, which kind of opens it up. The other thing that doesn't work out, and I know someone mentioned that they watched Dustin, never convert factories. It is never mathematically a good idea to convert factories. I guess unless you're in a very small nation where you only had a few factories to work with, and you ran out of slots. In other words, you can no longer build military factories because you didn't have enough civilian factories, or something, some weird, strange situational thing, or you're role playing. I would never convert the factories. Trade deal opinion factor. I never go for that guy either. 5% political power game. So if we go Joachim, I just learned that his son actually was a tank commander on the Eastern Front. Joachim von Ribbentrop. I saw that the other day. Have a good night, Lewis. There's a decision to convert civilian instantly. Okay. So if you guys are just coming into this stream here, the God Emperor's Challenge was one of my viewers' challenge to only take core states and hold them off against the rest of the world. So the Allies are going to get into this against us, and the Soviets are going to get into it. And I don't think I'm going to be able to pull off a sea lion, so we're not going to go there because I'm not going to bring Italy, and I'm not going to form Vichy France. So I'm trying to not make puppets. Okay, we're not able to get shacked yet. If we got shacked, that would be nice to have. So let's just go Guderian. These guys can come out with full training. Okay, got the Molly packed. Moscow signs packed. Okay, excellent. Okay. I never play those countries, so that's probably why I don't know about that. Have a good night, Prickle Man. Thanks for coming, dude. You can do the communist U.S. path without actually going communist and get free war goals on the UK and other countries. That's funny. That's interesting. I think I played one US game off stream, and wow, I was like, this is going to be pretty easy. Okay, so we're going to be able to build a lot of stuff here. Extra research slot. How is that possible? They went down the left side of their tree. Actually, you could get a research slot pretty quickly there. Did you guys see that basically all the streamers are back to Twitch now? I think Ninja just signed and he was like streaming with 50K watching him today. Except for Dr. Disrespect, of course. And I saw Dr. Disrespect was playing Madden football with Snoop Dogg. That was hilarious. You should check out that video. Navy is Bond. Icaric, you're the amphibious assault guy, dude. Jason, good to see you, man. It is not. It is going to be a fascist, but it's not going to be basic. We're going to hold all the cores that we possibly can. So here's the other thing about this. So if I'm holding France, I think I'm just going to let them revolt against me and break off into their own little country again. Like, I'm only going to hold Alsace-Lorraine. And please tell me if we should do something different in chat. So I'm going to take out France and then not occupy them at all, except for Alsace-Lorraine, and then just let them have the country back. That's the way I see this challenge. So we reassert Eastern claims, go Danziger War, but not declare war, because the Soviets are going to do that for us. And then we're going to go around Maginot. God, I feel like I need to do something up here. We need to get Ferdinand Schnorner. I know nothing about this guy, but he's so powerful in Hearts of Iron 4. Should probably research that guy. Do a little video on him or something. Who's the ninja guy? I think he's like the top streamer. He does Fortnite. I'm pretty sure he's the #1 streamer in the worlds. He's from like Chicago or something. I know you troll me hard, dude. Icaric is like, do all this like crazy stuff. You could do anything, ESG. Oh, you failed? Oh, that was too bad. Occupation in wartime is okay, but in peace deal, you gotta puppet France and only take the land you need. Is it okay if I do it my way and just let them... I want to see what happens with the resistance if they just take the country back. New Order, EHY? Is that a mod? The other thing, is there... Okay, real quick. Is there any point in squeezing Yugoslavia? Because we can take them out, but we're not going to have cores, right? We're never going to have cores. Is what we decided? Yeah, they're irrelevant. I don't even... It's a mod. Let's do it. Just to see, just to let him take it back. I want to see what happens. so these guys go over here. We have barely enough men. That's okay. So it was Marshall. I don't know if Marshall is watching, but it was Marshall that was like, he asked me the question. He's the reason why I did that army composition video. But basically, in order to grow your field marshals, we're not going to go guerrilla fighter. I want to see if I can get a better promotion for him. But if you want to grow your generals into like skilled staffer, general max army size +6, you max out the armies, the divisions in the army. But don't get too crazy with that. Just build out however many divisions you have for equipment that you need. And since we're rushing right now, it's okay that I'm doing that. You don't see any equipment in these divisions. That's fine. But I'm just saying, if you want to go up against like the USSR, like a giant like that, you need to make sure that your army's more narrow than it is wide, and that you have enough equipment to supply the army through a 2-year period, say. So a narrow army, better army, especially when you're far away from your capital and you're suffering some attrition. Danziger Ward removes your claims and I believe your cores of Poland. It removes my cores on Poland. Well, how do I have core on Poland? I don't have any cores. Danziger War gives me a core on Danzig. And then I can release Poland if... We'll just deal with it. We'll deal with it. We'll figure it out. We took this path. Let's go with it, because I can always release a puppet. Germany will have cores on Poland after I do this. So this reassert Eastern claims gives me claims on all these areas, but not core. Huh. I tested this out last night. I know that it gives me cores. Gains core on Danzig right there. Loses claim on Poznan and Katowice. Loses claim, but not core. Okay, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it when it comes up. Making heavy investments into industry early. Let's see how this is tuning up. So we're going to need some like 240 of the Westby to be able to put them into our divisions. Wow. Cass and T-bombers. Not sure what a T-bomber is, but I think that you expose something about Cass that works really well for miners. If your miner does not have Cass. The thing is, here's the thing to think about is, how does the Cass scale? Is it worth the extra research slot? So in your Bulgaria build, you only have 2 research slots. This is in Pillbox's build for his Bulgaria mod. So Bulgaria does not start with Cass. Then he goes to Cass first, which seemed to me like it was like, is this what we should be doing? Not going industry or anything else, but if you buff your industry, what does it matter? You only have a few civs, a few mills. But going CAS gives you a lot of offensive power for a miner. But my thing is, we already have CAS. We're building it. We have full production efficiency on CAS. But what if I go the next level up? What am I getting? It's costing me an extra aluminum, which is just death. And then it's costing me extra production. And then what's my ground attack 15 to 10? That's actually a huge jump, but I don't think we can spare the aluminum. I think I'd rather just upgrade the JU-87 with our air experience and not waste the research slot. T-bombers. What are you talking with the T-bombers? Tactical bombers? Tactical bombers give you a little more air superiority, 1.25. Wait, it says 1.0 right there. What the heck? Oh, no. Sorry. This gives you 1.25. So it gives you the same amount of air superiority, and the production cost is devastating. I would not go tactical bombers at all. I would just go CAS. And then improve your CAS with your air XP. I don't think tactical bombers are worth it. Oh. Okay, we got to go Panzer III. And for you Americans, it was very surprising to me when I learned that the Panzer III was actually the tank killer, and the Panzer IV was a siege weapon without this long nose, without the long barrel. It was a short barrel. And it was a bunker buster. They're using it, I believe, as direct fire, but it was primarily used. The Panzer IV was a part of the artillery regiments. The Panzer III was tank to tank, and had a smaller round, but it was an AP round. So I know you guys probably follow me. You guys know that. And if you guys are just joining, we're just going to take cores and hold out, and we're just going to hold out against the Allies and the Soviets and see what we can do. That's what the God Emperor's challenge is. That's right. You can get the CAS 2 with the material designer. We could do that. We could do that tonight. The material designer. You get the research speed. Ground attack 10%. So that's going to give you 1.5 on the CAS level 2. Reliability 10%. It's going to give you 1.5. Yeah, that scales a lot better. That 1.5, it doesn't seem like much, but going from 10 to 15 to 16.5 probably makes it worth it. The TACs have better range, but you can also build in range with the CAS, and that's situationally. Over here with the huge provinces is better. Heavy fighters are probably viable, and then but we're not going in over here with these huge provinces over here. TAC bombers are good, but as Germany, you have enough TAC bombers turn 1 to last you for the rest of the game, to use in those situations that you need them. That's why I never build them. I can't think of a reason to build them, and it's hard to build them as Japan too, because you need so many other things. And you could just, if you're Japan, you can just put CAS on carriers and then move your carriers around the Pacific as you need. You don't need TAC bombers. That's right, infantry support. Panzer IV was the infantry support tank, correct. Have a good night, Icaric. Thanks for stopping by, man. Okay, so Danziger War, we're going to blast through this one, and then there are no qualifiers to go around Maginot, are there? Then we just go right down here. Tannenbaum doesn't give us core, it gives us an annex war goal against Switzerland. Wait a second. So if we annex Switzerland, does that give us core on Switzerland? Can someone Google that real quick? So an annex war goal, if we're annexing something. God, there's so many facets to this game. You'd think I would know this by now. Let's give us an annex war goal. It's a claim state. But that's not a core state. Let's go Rommel. Actually, we don't even need Rommel. What we need is division speed. Let's go Rommel. The God Emperor. Okay, we know there's no template there. There's anarchists in Spain now. You don't get cores on Switzerland. Thank you, or Credfield. If the Allies don't guarantee Poland, you might want to kill Poland. Okay. But I can't hold it. Why give one of the most complicated regions in the world politically to Australian? You think they're going to go... Have you, or did they already announce they're going to go Balkans next? It's too expensive. We're going to need rubber, though. This actually is not bad. Oh. Forgot to start on my land doctrine. Take Danzig, Poznan, and puppet the rest of Poland if they didn't guarantee. I think the only core that I get is Danzig. Because I tried it last night and it was only... if I go Danzig or War, it switches the core to only Danzig. No. I don't think that I ever get rid of the MIFO. Because there's too many ways in the focus tree to pay for the MIFO bills. Because like right now, take this current situation, I can just go down here and this will pay for the MIFO bills. What's our current MIFO bills? Is 0.35 negative. So that's pretty good. Let's go around Maginot. And then there's no point in doing Westrubung. Poland refuses to cede Danzig. Core on Danzig. Thought core would come up there. I guess we already have the war goal. Take Danzig from Poland. Okay. So we do nothing with that. We just sit on it. But you said you talked to the devs, Pillbox, and they're not going to do anything with Bulgaria. Okay. Jason, it'll be Turkey, Italy, and Greece. No USSR, huh? RD3 destroyers. Capitals and carriers 4. Allies did not guarantee free real estate. Okay, so we got Panzerkampfwagen 3. If we're largely going to be in a defensive battle, I'd feel comfortable going with the heavies next. Oh yeah, we're going to go infantry equipment for sure. And we're just going to attack as soon as we can. And then see what France does. France should be primed to go up against us. Oh, war support is 26. They're not going to go up against us. So this is what's been happening. They have not... I invade Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg. They never come in against me now. So you always have to almost get the war goal against France, war with France, and then they come in. After you almost get it. So annoying. But it's okay. We have plenty of time. Let's go up here. Well, the thing is, Pillbox, they don't need to touch Bulgaria. You already did it for them. They're like, Pillbox nailed it. We don't need to touch Bulgaria. It'll be interesting how your mod interacts with what changes they do make. You might have to do some more work there. Okay, so we're in it to win it. We'll go war with France and reintegrate Luxembourg and Alsace-Lorraine. Slow down the speed. Make sure these bad boys are up. And then I don't think that they can get into the Baltic. Okay. So we should be good based on that information that I just read there. And we're going to lose the MIFO. So be it. The quicker we lose it, the quicker that we can lose the debuffs from it. That's how I see it. Oh, and these guys are not aggressive. We need them to be aggressive for sure. Guderian. I forgot to give him Panzer Expert. You guys are real talkative tonight. I love it. Fortress Buster on von Mundstein is probably going to be helpful. Oh. Take this off. Organization first. Now, Vihan, when you say kill... Like, we're going to take him. We're going to take everyone out. But then, what do I do with him? No, they never do. They never do after La Resistance. Let's turn all these guys on. Oh, they actually have a division in there. Wow, they saw me lining up, so they got a division out real quick. so they'll be over there. UK is going to come in. Maybe it better simulates the phony war? Kind of. One go to Liège and one to Namur. So I don't, here's the thing with the occupied territories. I don't want to spend one dime on them. Oh, and I screwed this up. Hold up. These guys should be changed to Schnell divisions because they don't have any of the support equipment. And then do we have a template? We have these two templates down here. Are any of them mini? So Schnell division should be our occupation force. But I wonder if I can set that to nothing. Nope. There's no null set for this. Can we do no garrison? There is a null set. Okay. Not wasted any time with that. Alex Armac. Good to see you, man. Seb G. I think Rommel would have been fine. I don't think he would have been executed because there was not a lot of war crimes that I know of in North Africa, but I could be mistaken. If they hadn't executed him, would there have been war crimes on the Western Front is the question. And there was war crimes, but it was in the Battle of the Bulge, right? So you'd have to speculate whether those troops would have been under Rommel or not, and then go from there. But by and large, I don't think that he would have been executed for war crimes. I think that he would have probably played an integral part in the rebuilding of Germany and may have been a military head or something like that, been welcomed back into the German military after a time. Feedback will break the country pack the first week that it is out. I'm sure he will. Yeah, Rommel wasn't a war criminal, but a lot of things happened. I'm sure a lot of things happen in war in general, for sure. It's hard to, it's a tricky thing to parse out. Okay. Freaking France is just sitting there. Can't control B. Can we just take Brussels? Is that what I'm seeing here? Ghent. Backdoor Amsterdam there. Newer, welcome. Rommel may have held office in West Germany like Hindenburg before Third Reich, for sure. Oh, why didn't I take the Sudetenland? I don't know, we probably should have. So, yeah, we'll deal with that next, I guess. Breda, and then the capital will go to Eindhoven. No, it went to Uricht. Jesus. Okay, cap the Netherlands. Let's get into Liège. Where are you going? Stay neutral and get cores. Okay. But who else is guaranteeing... Do I have to worry about Romania? I don't think I have to worry about Romania, though. Let's get this line a little better. Belgium is always a tough nut to crack. There we go. Okay, so I don't need any of that territory, so I'm not... I guess I should be a little concerned about it, because it is in my rear, so I do... It is part of my supply line. But we're not going to worry about it. Let's go crazy here. Where's Stelios when you need him? Okay, these guys can hold off until the next war here. Actually, I don't even care if they bomb them there. Bomb all you like. Does not hurt me. Let's move him over, closer. We're actually getting hits. Whoa! Carrier group. Guys, if you're just coming on to the stream, we're going to play as Germany, Elite Iron Man mode with historical AI, and we are only going to take cores and hold cores as long as we possibly can. We opted for a France first build because Poland will be eaten by the Soviet Union, and because of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, we will be given cores at that time, and then I will release Poland as a puppet because... and try to maintain the core. Because we're going to try to not do puppets or anything else. Is there a button to release puppet? I'm pretty sure there is. Okay, so we should probably go army offense with Halder. Doing good on manpower. What are we researching? Infantry equipment could be really good, though. Let's go Mauser, just to get ahead. He will show up right as you... Yes, Stelios, he will. So the challenge is just about taking cores as Germany and holding on, because I don't think we're going to be able to do a Sea Lion. We're not going to form the Axis, and we're not going to have to worry about resistance at all. And I'm actually going to see what happens when the resistance gets too high. Okay, we almost have the war goal against France. You're not going to sit this one out, France. We're going to go toe-to-toe here. Ooh, it's getting closer. If the Soviets attack Poland, they will join the Allies? Who's he? Okay, we got war with France. I guess we need this. Huh. Could I take them in 10 days? Probably not. Has full control of Alsace-Lorraine. We probably need to get something in the meantime. These research bonuses are pretty good. So we could rush tanks. That would be nice. Okay, here we go. All eyes on Guderian. Beach Dudecca, good to see you, man. What are your Civ factories doing? Nothing. So I ended up building a ton of infrastructure so that we could get extra resources that in turn would be used as civilian factories. And I know that I'm going free trade. So in other words, I'm not going to get as many resources because most of them go to market. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. God, a lot of these factories are going to get burnt off. Oh, I got Panzer III. I'm not making Panzer III yet. Let's go something like that. We're probably not going to go LTs again. I should have changed up my army composition too. But it'll still work. It'll be fine. All I need is these guys to work well together. This armored spearhead up here, and we're fine. That's fine, they can come back. No one will stand against Germany. Not even the God Emperor Vihan. So we're going to have Alsace-Lorraine. Okay, almost have our little spearhead here. What do we got for the tactics? Shock. Come on. Didn't quite get the breakthrough that I was looking for, but maybe on this one. Come back. You want to see Mundstein as the field marshal, huh? We could do that. Let me ask you this. Was Mundstein ever a field marshal? Okay, let's get in the back of Calais. I don't think they will accept. I think I need to wait for war. I think that they're going to go to war against me. They need to get into Dunkirk. I don't know if that did anything there. It's Kukler, that's why. There we go. For some reason, he's got 9 divisions over here. I think Kukler can handle that pocket. Okay, so we need all of his guys to be right here. Put all these guys right there. There we go. On Wikipedia, it says that he attained the field marshal rank. Yes, Alex. Hitler did take, that was part of the von Mundstein plan. And actually, I read a little bit about what happened, because I've done a few videos on the Battle of France, but basically they had spies in Luxembourg at the main train station, and the spies were opening up doors, killing people. And there was armed conflict with basically men that were not in uniform. There were reports of that, and the Germans just broke through. And several hours later, basically, I think that there was a king at that time of Luxembourg. The royal family gave up after something like 16 hours into the whole affair. But yes, they did break through Luxembourg. And they skirted the Maginot Line. And if you play Panzer Corps 2 on one of the scenarios, you can basically see the axis of advance. They stayed on this side of whichever river this is. I'm not sure which river this is, but Guderian was right there. And they stayed on an axis of advance. Every army stayed between 2 different lines drawn on the map, so they could all move in a singular direction without coming into conflict with each other. And so they all had a line of advance, like a longitudinal line of advance, if that makes any sense. Okay, if we could get Paris here. Let's have him go around. Capital is going to move from Paris to Calais to Brest, is what typically happens. These guys can move around. Look at that. Beautiful. Tour de France. Let's use his ability here for 2 seconds. Come on, boys. It's not looking good. We need an airport in this area over here. That's what we need. Okay, so they're spreading out. Let's see what we can grab here. All we need to do is dip into France here, into Paris. Come on. Okay, let's see if that helps. Oh, Paris is open. Okay, that should be it. There we go. Okay, I was not going to establish Vichy France. Germany will conquer all. Chat, any objections? Alt F9 button. I think that starts my recording. Alt F9. The Mosa River? The Maas? Maas is the second river here. And then this is the Rhine, and then I'm not sure what this is. But the Maas is right here. And that was the main river that they went through to get to Sedan. And this is all rolling hills and deep forest in here. Alfred. Do the annex option. All right, there we go. And so now we should be able to go. So I'm going to have to set up kind of a line here. So they're going to start rebelling. Let's just... Oh, now we're up against all the forts over here. Well, that's going to suck. So let's check out Resistance, the flight of Rudolph House. Oh, this is going to get real nasty. They're going to definitely rebel. Damn, I'm losing some manpower. No garrison. We're not going to lose one man to a garrison. Almost feel like going away from this. The tiger cares not about the opinion of the mice. Pillbox, yeah, I think Alt F9 actually starts my recordings. You want a sea lion? All right, Vihan, this is your build, dude. You're going to get a sea lion. Let's do a hardcore sea lion. Let's risk everything. The problem is, if we're not bringing Italy in, there's going to be no divisions down here. The UK doesn't pull their troops down. So they're going to be looking for us in the home islands. The home islands will not be undefended. I've never done a sea lion like this, but we should try it. And the other question is, who's going to back him up? Let's get Rommel, and then let's build out that Austrian division here. No, that's okay. Okay, let's just remove that. Okay, take all these guys and turn them into the Austrian division. There we go. And that's going to make our army function much better. That made those numbers look really good. Okay, Rommel's off the line, moving to Ghent. And then what's contested? Let's do Battle of the English Channel here. So what do we do after we knock out the Allies, though? That's the question. And do we have enough to do this over here? Do we have enough to take out Czechoslovakia? Could probably sneak around over there, huh? All right, see ya, Vihan. You're telling me to go sea lion, then you're going to dip out? Take them. I wonder if there's going to be a civil war. I'm not doing anything with this resistance. I refuse to. Oh, that's right. I need to get these guys over. So you need these guys to basically get real close. For whatever reason. Okay, so we'll get those guys in there. Cancel non-aggression pact. Okay. It's a weird one. Make a fallback line and get out of their forts. Gotcha. And let them attack into me? Okay. I feel you. They're definitely gonna declare. Let's demand Sudetenland. And let's increase army logistics. And hope that that helps us out over here. Okay, so we're in October 37. These don't look like they're going that well. See, the Italians aren't tying up anyone in the med. They've got everyone. Like, this isn't going to work at all. I think it's going to work at all. I doubt I'll even get air superiority to do a sea lion, to be honest with you. We might have to back out of this. Okay, so let's see what we can achieve. So the first thing I'm going to do is naval invade here. Yeah, we don't have the supremacy. I need some oil. Oh wow, we're way behind on tungsten. Could get that from the Soviets. Rubber, we're pretty much screwed there. And we should be doing refineries. Refineries for days. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work, boys. We have 22% naval supremacy, but require 50. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go down. I'll give it another, like, 3 months, and then we're going to have to back off of this. We're just not damaging him. They've got carrier fleets here. Ooh. Get some of those upgrades. That looks cool. God, 600 days is so long, or else I'd go for that. Air doctrine, that's where it's at. Make a fallback line and get them out of their forts. Do you think it'll work, though? Do you think the AI is still that stupid? They could be. Okay, let's get the upgrade here to research. Yeah, this isn't going to happen. Sea Lion is not going to happen. We're not getting any closer. So yeah, let's go ahead. Delete this battle plan. Can we fallback line with everyone? Does this actually work? "91 divisions. I love it. And then I can put a plan like that. All right, that's what we're doing. You asked for it, so that's what we're doing. God, I need more rubber processing. I can't wait for this. I need more rubber. Let's delete this. This isn't going to work. This is interesting. So they're just appearing as one battle group there on the fallback line. That's really weird. Let's see what they say here. Czechoslovakia cedes the Sudetenland. Are you kidding me? And that's the only core territory that I get, right? Naval bomber squadrons? Yeah, we might be able to revisit it. That is a good point. I'm going to keep my bombers over here in the channel. Let's keep converting from stockpile here. And look at the H-35. We have 156 that we can turn into the Westby. So the Westby strategy is good for what we're doing today. And if you guys are just joining us, what we're doing is the God Emperor's Challenge. So one of my viewers' challenge to me was to keep only what was annexed to Germany in between wars. So Vihan, the God Emperor, wanted me to go across and do a sea lion, but since I refused to put the Axis, since I refused Italy into the Axis, it's not going to happen. And since I didn't make Vichy France, because you got to remember, when you make Vichy France, you have the Vichy French Navy down here. And so they are able to participate in the Mediterranean. Then the other thing is Italy has this territory right here. So when they come in, the Allies go, oh crap, take everyone away from the home island and come down here to defend Egypt, and that's when you can go across for sea line. And for the same token, a lot of their navy gets swallowed up here in the Med because the Italians have quite a large navy as well. And like we're not, I think it's the carriers, but we're just losing planes here. I mean, I haven't seen any ships. Are we damaging ships? Okay, we're damaging, but we're not sinking any. And they have a large enough pool of a navy to just sit there and repel us and not really care. I think that they didn't refuse it because I had so many forces there. So now we don't have to worry about Czechoslovakia whatsoever. We don't have any more cores there, so we're not going to attack into them. Like, that's not going to happen. We could set up Guderian again. Just in case. I wonder if I went, like, around here. I've never tried that before. Enemy supremacy, 8,000. 27. Okay. We could potentially go over here. Let's move our navy. So take that off. That's a shift, right click to take that off. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I'm still trying to understand these mechanics myself. Let's move the subs to Westerems. Let's just move everyone to Westerems. And then let's have Guderian. Take off over here, and that's a naval base 5. This would be a good target. Not for the Panzers though, not for this heavy equipment. I actually wouldn't feel comfortable. Guderian's gonna have to be a follow-up person, a follow-up general. Let's tee off with Rommel. Yeah, that river's going to be an issue, but whatever. So we don't have to go for the rest of Czechoslovakia because it's not going to be core. Excuse me. Our goal is to take only core territories and then hold out. Yeah, they definitely could. Czechoslovakia could definitely come in against me. I mean, that was the point of this, though, I feel like. Why it's so interesting, because you just have to sit there and wait. The way I took the challenge, though, was to not make puppets. So if we do happen to get a puppet, I'm going to try to release it as quickly as possible. The question is, we don't come down here. Demand Slovenia is not going to give us anything. We're done taking cores, right? Anti-Soviet pact. We can't do that. We can go war with USSR. That's not going to help us. Let's head over here. Okay, so we have two armies that are competent that should be able to, if we can get them across, wreak havoc on the UK. Problem with going over here is we're not close to London. I feel like you break the back of UK after you take London, so I'm not sure how this is going to work out. Take your general with a horse bonus instead of the other guy. You mean von Weisch, right? Yep. Oh, okay. And then someone wanted von Mundstein as a field marshal. We can do that. Oh, look at this guy. Okay, so we're going to promote von Mundstein. Boom. Dunskies. Did he lose his other traits? Looks like he's still using his other traits. All stats -1 for 98 days because he's recently promoted. But he can still use these traits because he's acting as a general right now. I believe if I give him like aggressive assaulter, it's not going to be used as a general, yeah. Actually, he could. If he had infantry expert, he'd be better than von Kluge. Most likely, right? What's his skill is 4. Kluge is 3. As a field marshal, these traits trickle down, I believe. Huh. You want the Reichskommissariat? So we go autarky, Autobahn, war economy, Reichskommissariats. If Homer Simpson was here, he'd suggest paratroopers. Guderian's ill. You know what? You're right. The horses should go on the horse general. So let's strip Guderian. Let's make some staffing changes here. Let's give them von Mundstein. And then we could do von Bach. But he does have division recovery rate 10%. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll give him von Bach for that attack. And then I don't know what we're doing with everything else. Like, we don't have to attack into Poland. Yugo's not going to attack us. Spain's not going to attack us. I swear to you that division speed, this is the best. This synergizes the best with mobile warfare. 100%. I feel so fast. Like, I just do so much better when if I get von Brockovich. It's better than army offense 10%. Streng game. English only. I don't know what that means. Moderators, do your job. Is that a cuss word in German? If you play the TNO, never play as the Ordenstadt. Goal is to hold out, man. Take territory, hold out. Don't get swallowed up by the Allies or the Soviets. Oh, it's a meme? Top secret? No. Okay, so we're grinding in here. I wonder if this guy could come across, if Rommel could cross. If I put my Air Force in here, maybe he could cross. Whoa, we're getting chewed up. That's the other thing. We're getting lit up over here, guys. Can you believe that? We might be able to cross here. Nope, not even close. So they just put all their naval supremacy in the North Sea. Okay, so I couldn't cross. So they adapted to the changes. Yeah, this isn't going to happen. Alright, let's set up some sick fallback lines then. Navy can just stay right there. Okay, just making sure that the Danish belts will stay closed. Okay. Our main concern is over here. Army Group Mundstein, right there. And then we'll start making fallback lines. So here, this is Germany. Is that right? Yeah. Whew. It's tight in there. I don't think Sea Lion's happening. We're going to cancel Sea Lion. And then, oh, we get core on Luxembourg. Okay. And then the question is, what is... Okay, so it's through there. Okay. So we're not going to get the forts in the first part of Alsace-Lorraine. And then von Bock can take the coast. Fortress Germany. Bam. Von Weiss will be held in reserve. I think that YouTube wants to be children friendly because, I mean, that's a large part of who watches YouTube. It's a large audience that basically they can cater to. And just like, you know, when you go on to like Nickelodeon, they're going to get only family friendly content. Same with YouTube. They want to be like when you go on to YouTube Kids or whatever it is, that you know there's not going to be this weird content shown to your child, you know. So it's a safe place for families to go. Like, I get it, and it's a huge... Okay, so we're coming down to the Reichskommissariat. No, I need Alsace-Lorraine? Yeah, we need Alsace-Lorraine before these guys rebel. It's okay, Jason. You can say Hitler, but one of the moderators will have to show your comment. We have to understand that I'm not watching the chat at all times, so it's going to hold anything that it thinks is inappropriate. And there's no way I could like play this game, make interesting content, and in addition to that, like watch every word that's coming through chat. So I understand why the chat is like that. Go east and get strong. It's not that build, man. So for me, this is an interesting build because I never do this, ever. So this is like new, to me at least. Probably to you guys too, but just holding on to what we can get. And then because the challenge is to only hold annexed territory, we're going to let these countries rebel and see what they look like. Like, you probably don't see that a lot either, just someone allowing no garrison in occupied territory. So I'm wondering when these countries flip. So was it 90%, I think someone said? Was it Credfield or Pillbox? It has to be 90%. I was getting that a lot earlier, to be honest with you. Okay, got dive bombing. What's the strat here? I kind of want tanks. We could do a heavy tank designer and then go for those Tigers. Can we make that our next research? We're just going to go for it. And then I'm not sure if these guys are just getting shellacked because of the fact that they're in an airport that has a ton of resistance. Is that why they're getting completely murdered? And then someone was telling me to merge the air wings. I have no idea. How do you merge the air wings? Right there. Duh. I think that was Homer Simpson, though, was telling me to merge the air wings like that. And then that conserves your XP more? I'm not sure. Okay, let's get the fighters. God, we're just getting murdered here. Jesus. Let's get some fighters up here. Thanks, Pillbox. Jason Miller. Good to see you, man. It's 1:35 a.m. Holy crap. Hope you don't have school tomorrow, bro. Okay, let's get more concentrated industry. I'm sorry, dispersed industry. So hard for me to say concentrated industry. The point of this build is to take only cores and hold on as tight as we can here. Oh. It's not an OP build. It's more of like an NSIG build. I think my last Germany playthrough was with NSIG, and wow, that was an eye-opener. Yeah, it's basically Fortress Germany. That is correct. Okay, Credfield wants to form the Reichskommissariat. I'm pretty sure that doesn't give us core, though. And I'm still wondering when these guys are going to rebel. Does the Reichskommissariat include any part of France? Norway, Netherlands, Belgium, Ostland, and the Ukraine? No. So it only give us Belgium and Netherlands. We lost most of our Air Force. It's pretty crazy. Like, our Air Force is looking really bad. Got enough trucks. Got enough LTs. Probably make a BF-109 variant. Engine and reliability are going to be the two main factors. Free France is called the Netherlands as our enemy in Soviet-French war. Huh? United Kingdom is called Belgium as our enemy in the Soviet-British war. Okay, so Soviets declare on Poland and then are now at war with allies. Okay. If anything else, this is incredibly interesting, the different things that happen, because I don't think anyone would think to test this out. So I hope that you guys are at least like seeing all the politics that are going on here, because I'm having a lot of fun with that. ESG, you will form Belgium, Nord France, RK. Reichskommissariat. I don't know, man. I was supposed to only hold... I wasn't really going to do puppets, but if they don't rebel, yeah, we could go Reichskommissariat. It's not going to help us with France then. Okay, so basically we have core on Alsace-Lorraine, so let's look at this. Okay, the resistance is going down in that area and down in Luxembourg. Okay, which makes sense because it's our core now. No resistance in Sudetenland. And then we should get core in Danzig from Danziger War. Well, that'll be interesting to see what happens there as well. Okay, catching up on our refining. It'd also be interesting if the Soviets actually attack into me. The Soviets won docking rights, sure. So we're building refineries. We can't do HOI4 because we took Sudetenland. It was... Wasn't there someone that gives us a refinery boost? Okay, just HOI4. Oh, no. Okay, so there's really nothing, no help over here. I guess we could get refining concern. Well, we need some help in the air. God, can't do all weather. Got plenty of those guys. We're not going to do air research yet. Oh, we could go war economy. There we go. Okay, got a new ace pilot. We could actually continue building a Schnarrenhorst. Be fine with that. We have plenty of iron. Getting way ahead on the tech, which is where I want to be. Let's get rubber processing. How about machine tools? Big questions are, when is the US going to get into this? Are the Soviets going to come into war against us? Okay, so the Netherlands just popped up again. Let's beat them down real quick. Make sure these guys are unaggressive. Mundstein's looking tight here as a field marshal. Oh, they liberated Brussels. Good for them. Oh, wow. Then the UK's coming over. So when I take that back, the resistance starts again from the bottom. That's interesting. Let's take this out from them. Okay, let's get this pocket taken care of. They didn't come anywhere else. We could probably pull down von Boxmen. Could help out down here. And you just leave your fallback line in place. That's why I kind of like that, the fallback line. Let's get some Cass over here. Wow. They're just flooding that area with men. So we only got 3 divisions. Okay, Armored Spearhead's gonna help a lot. Now we're gonna get into some Schwerpunkt. Why is it taking the Soviets so long to destroy Poland? Oh boy. Let's get Rommel over here. Okay, so this pocket's collapsing. Wow, so as a field marshal, he can use siege artillery. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Mundstein as a field marshal, that seems like it's really overpowered. Okay, this pocket's dissolving finally. Let's go the German war economy. Still waiting on the Soviets to take out Poland. Oh, I guess the Allies are over here. Why haven't they attacked into me? That's interesting. Oh, they can't, because I'm not at war with Poland. Ooh. But they're still over there. So I wonder after that changes hands if they're kicked out or can they attack into me. I don't think they can. North Indian are cyclones, so there's only cyclones in India? That's interesting. Free France, back in Dunkirk here. Dude, they are just demolishing my Air Force. I don't think I've ever lost air so quickly. Look at this. It's great. We could probably attempt another sea lion soon. Let's go one level of excavation just because it's fairly cheap. And it will give us a ton more iron. The next question is when France is going to actually get back into the war. So we're headed down to the Rijkskommissariat, and I guess they'll take care of Belgium and the Netherlands. But, I mean, France is still going to go back and forth. I'm not sure exactly when these guys turned. Okay, France is going to turn any second here. So we'll have to, like, reconquer it. Let's try Kesselring for air experience gain. Maybe that'll keep my pilots alive longer if they have good XP. Can't retain everything, Pillbox. Let's slam more into there. So do you think that going the Rijkskommissariat, though, is breaking the premise of the build, though? That's the question. And then what is that going to give us? It's just going to give us more territory to have to defend. So I'm not sure. Not sure if we should do it or not. The liberation of Paris. It's a disaster. I love it. Wait, when they liberate, they get it back? Oh my goodness. I still want to see what happens over here. Okay. Let's fan out again, boys. Okay. So it was around 90%. So whoever said 90% was right. That's when, if the resistance gets that high, that the countries come back. See what we can do here. I wonder what would happen if my troops were actually still in Alsace-Lorraine. If they would have been kicked out or what would have happened. Let's get him moving around quicker. We're really having a time trying to kick him out of Brussels. Okay, we got the German war economy. Ostwall, Atlantic Wall. Yeah, I don't think this helps us. Let's get the rubber. What? Should I let the allies just line up against me? Let's get the second level, even though it doesn't do anything. I don't even know why I'm doing that. So we're retaking Paris and everything. God, these guys have a nifty little pocket here, but they can't do anything. Because I probably don't have air support, right? Yeah. How does Brussels get like 12 divisions? How does Belgium get 12 divisions from nothing? They have no stockpile of equipment. So if you let the resistance like go up that high, they just get weapons out of nowhere. It's interesting. And then like, what's the stability of France? 40%, that's not too bad. W, pronounce it as a V. Thank you. Let's get some more construction going. Schwerpunkt. They have 11 divisions in there. That's crazy. Crazy talk. We have Rommel right here? Wow. Still have plenty of guns. Out of light tanks, though. Werk. Vaderland is fatherland. Let's use these guys in a different area. Like that. So we're not going to do too well in France because we don't have air superiority. Let's increase the industrial research speed. Next thing to get is more manpower. got a ton of divisions spawning from seemingly nowhere. And they got tank divisions? Jesus. Yeah, I think that heavies are to get like one province adjacent to wherever you're trying to go. I think that that's what heavies are for. To Brest. Guderian. There we go. Tour de France, part 2. Come on. Just go around this guy. They knew it. They knew what I was doing. Wow. We need rubber and aluminum the most, for sure. Let's move Rommel off the line. Protect our gains. What are you guys doing? Better like that. I think France capitulates after we take Brest. Wow, they have 17 divisions in there. That's crazy. Cherbourg is holding out there. Got a pocket right there. What do you guys do? Okay, so we have learned to never let resistance increase that much. It is never a good thing. Let's go up to martial law, and immediately I'm going to lose all my equipment. Yep. Oh, we got to get to Bordeaux now, huh? Jeez. I think the problem with the heavies at this point was that the mobility was limited to such a point that they weren't useful. They could still be knocked out from the air or disabled from the air, more likely. And then their transmission failure was so high, it's probably not. It's hard to bring that weapon to bear. Fedor von Bach wounded. I thought he had a negative 50% chance of getting wounded. That sucks. some holdouts over here. After we get into Bordeaux, though, it's not going to matter. Use shift-click to open many tech windows. What does that do? Okay, so we should be good on rubber, right? No. Wow. Let's go form the Reichskommissariat. As Credfield had said earlier. I think the problem with a weapon like the Moss is how do you bring it to bear? Like, they're not going to attack if you're on the defensive, which you are at that point. The enemy's not going to attack where you want them to attack. They're going to attack wherever is not expected, and if you don't have enough mouse tanks, then yeah, you're screwed. They just move out of your way. They can just move around the mouse. Oops. Let's go for that cast level 2 next. Oh wow, these guys had to get out of there. Let's take the channel. Rommel. Okay, we got Bordeaux. Maybe? Great, now we need to take Calais. See how many light tanks. Okay, so we're ahead on light tank and medium. Okay. This doesn't really matter anymore. Oh, we're almost out of manpower. Shoot. Well, I screwed the pooch on this one, guys. I don't know what was going on with this build. So the Soviets still haven't taken out Poland. We could probably retreat to our fallback lines. No. Now they're decrypting ciphers. Okay. France capitulates. We can actually improve our tanks. Wow, that didn't hurt production efficiency that much. That was great. Let's get the extra research slot. Put in the secret weapon. Light SP artillery. What's our division width? 18? Fantastic. Could go with another one of those for the perfect 20 width. They're gonna schmelt. Roll them up. Oh, we ran. Shoot. That was the wrong time to do that. Yep. Wow, most of his divisions have just dissolved. I just wanted to see what happened over here. I ran out of manpower from stupidity. I wasn't watching it. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, Fedor's line looks good. Let's move these boys over here. Most of my army is just going to dissolve here. All these guys have infantry expert. Except for Rommel. Wow. Even Kluge has an upgrade. Oh my god. Until I get manpower, I'm pretty much screwed. not protecting the coast at all. Okay. They're still able to supply somehow? What the hell's going on here? Okay, I'm almost gonna have manpower here. No, they just called Poland in. You gotta be kidding me. God damn it. Shoot. Who can I throw over there as a stopgap? Well, the wheels fell off the bus tonight, guys. Rest in peace. Oh, man. When you don't secure more manpower, this is what happens. Yikes. And now they can pretty much break back out to the coast, right? Let's not let them get into Eindhoven. If I could cut them in half there. Wow. Hey, we got the tiger. I've lost all my production, though. Oh my gosh. Come on, Soviets. At least I'm not at war with the Soviets. Okay, got the extra research slot. Soviets honor the pact. Okay, so they do give me most of Warsaw, but again, this is not core. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to see what happened. I can't believe it took that long for the Soviets to actually take out Poland, even if the Allies were over here. The other thing is, yeah, I should not have let Belgium. What I didn't realize was Belgium, Netherlands, and France was going to come back with like 30 divisions apiece. Um, so there's no point in taking them in the first place if all we're going to get is tiny Alsace-Lorraine. And if you guys are just joining me right now, we did the God Emperor challenge. So God Emperor is one of my viewers, and he said to take all of the cores that Germany has available to them and hold them. And this got really screwed up because I couldn't do Operation Sea Lion to capitulate the Allies. Therefore, I took the cores and then allowed resistance to build because I wanted to see at what point a civil war would break out. And then what I didn't realize is once the civil war breaks out, they basically get the countries get like their starting amounts of divisions. They get a crazy amount of divisions, and then England comes over, and the UK is actually looking really strong at this point because I never brought the Italians into the war. So they don't have to worry about down here or the rest of their holdings at all. And eventually, the Soviets, maybe in 42, would attack us, I think. And then the Allies would bring in the United States into the war. So it would be an interesting long-term thing to hold out against the Allies and the Soviets. And we did not take, like, you get core on Sudetenland, you get core on Danzig, Luxembourg, and Alsace-Lorraine. I think those were the only cores that I found. So that would be interesting. It would be another way to kind of play NSIG. But if you allow France and all the Low Countries to come back into the war, like you're facing the Allies all over again. So I think it is very interesting. And there would be a lot of applications for like higher levels of aircraft and heavy tanks on the defensive. I just didn't do this the right way. I should have just held my fallback lines, let France and the Netherlands reform and say, hey, let's grind it out, and then form a line over Poland. And then you're basically at that point in World War I. So I don't know how interesting that is for a HOI4 stream, though. Fourth Rome, stop auto-attacking. Yeah. Leave a like and subscribe. Pillbox, you're hilarious. I should have been saying that the whole time, dude. Yes, please, if you're joining my stream, please leave a like on the stream. Yeah, this was very interesting because I feel like no one ever plays like this. So it was interesting to me to see what happened. So at this point, can I give back Poland? Should be able to. I'm not able to. Because they're in a war with... I'm still at war with them pretty much because they haven't capitulated. No, they capitulated. What? Where are they? Poland. Okay. But I cannot release the nation because they're technically still... I'm technically still at war with them. So I'd have to let the resistance in Poland grow until they had a civil war and then make a fallback line here. Huh. That would be super hard to hold out against. Especially since the Soviets will go to war with us, I think, no matter what. Thanks, Fourth Rome. Well, I'm going to end the stream here. If you guys have ideas for further streams, please leave them down in the comments below. I'd really appreciate that. Had a lot of fun tonight. This was interesting thinking about it, but I think it's basically another way to play NSIG, a simpler way to just like make NSIG happen, like the mod, like a late NSIG, and then it's also an interesting way of playing Hearts of Iron 4, but I don't know that I'd do it again. Only got cores on Danzig, and I don't even own Danzig. But you see here, it's just Danzig. It is. I just thought it would be interesting if like the enemy made a breakthrough. If you couldn't immediately like just surround them with reserve armies and cut them off that way because you're so mobile, and then you're good at the attack. So you just keep on counterattacking them. But yeah, it's we also have Discord, so please shoot me a message on Discord if you have a good idea for Sunday night stream. That'll be the next time I stream. If I don't get any good ideas, I think I'm going to do CK3 and continue the build that I was already doing with the Petty King Murchad in Ireland. Having a lot of fun with CK3. I just feel like it's not as historical at this point. There's a lot of content that is going to drop on that game, though, that's going to make it more historical. But it is a fun game. It is entirely a fun game. I just feel like it's a lot more random at this point, and yeah, you can. There are definitely a lot of exploits that you can use in that game that are a part of the game that that you could make it really easy if you exploited it. But I guess that's kind of like this game as well. But they've had a lot more balances to Hearts of Iron 4. So anyway, we're gonna. What's the Discord link? It's on my YouTube page in the upper right hand corner, lower right hand corner of the banner. I'm watching you stream every lunchtime, Pillbox. Yeah. So yeah, let's end it here. Please leave a like and consider subscribing. We've got Patreon and we've got channel membership. If you click the join button down below, and basically those are just my donation pages. And I'm live streaming. I'm putting out different videos on Hearts of Iron 4, CK3, Panzer Corps 2. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out, guys. All right, see you guys next time.